My name's Shaquan, but a lot of people know me by my other name, Mad Skillz. I'm an MC.
My name is Mad Skillz. Paris, make some noise!
I'm a DJ.
Oh, yeah!
I'm a ghostwriter for some of your favorite rappers. I'm not about to tell you who, though. But most importantly, I'm a hip-hop enthusiast. HipHopConfessions is raw, unfiltered conversations with my friends revealing things that they didn't like, never knew about,
I don't know.
or never got into about hip-hop culture. So sit back,
Oh, come on, y'all.
turn up the volume,
Hip-hop.
and listen to HipHopConfessions. Because everybody's got one.
Here's a little story that must be told.
And it goes a little something like this.
What up, world? It's your boy Mad Skillz, and we are back. This is my podcast, HipHopConfessions, where I bring industry alikes, my friends, my homies, my brothers, and I speak to these people about things that might have happened in their lives that they might not have told anybody. It could be a story that you've never heard. It could be an unpopular opinion that you might not agree with, or that you might agree with. But otherwise, we call those hip-hop confessions. And this is the show. I got one of my guys on, man, representing, you know what I mean, the OHIO in the building, man. Listen, producer, rapper, extraordinaire, you know what I mean, educator, professor. This guy does it all, man. In the building representing. I got my man J Rawls in the building. What's up, sir?
What up, Skillz, man? Listen, man. Shaquan, I'm talking to Shaquan. This is big, man. What's up, man? How you feel?
Oh, man, listen, same shit, different air freshener, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Trying to get it together.
Word
You know
up.
what I mean? How you been, bro?
I've been good, man. I've been real good. Just stay, steady busy. With both hip hop and education. I got a lot to share today, man.
Right. No, listen, I'm glad to get into it, man. Listen, before we get into the confessions and all that, you know what I mean? I just want to dig into your history a little bit.
Word.
Are you originally from
It's Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm originally from Columbus, Ohio, man. Born and raised. And then I actually ended up going to the University of Cincinnati for college. Did my undergrad there, and that's where that's where I kind of honed my skill. You know what I'm saying? Because I started out here in Columbus as I started out beatboxing. Real talk.
Wow.
That's how I started doing it. I started hip hop as a beatboxer. Then tried to break dance, and
Yeah, we've all done it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That way I was trying to b-boy. That wasn't it. And shoot, man, went down in my pops records one day, which a lot of them are behind me now. Went down in pops records and found like some samples and was like, yo, what is going on here? And I've been hooked ever since. I've been digging since '87 because of that. Yeah.
Wow. And I see you got.
You see it.
I see a couple things up there. So
you see a couple things. That's just
so.
some love.
For those of you who are just listening and can't see, J Rawls I'm looking at J Rawls on the Zoom, and in the background he has his record shelf the same way I got mine, but on his record shelf he has the Move Your Body 12-inch.
Yep.
The From Where album, and then the Nod Factor 12-inch.
Yeah, man.
Which wow.
Yeah, just to show you from day one, I didn't pull these are labeled under M in my record collection. It's Mad Skillz.
Right. Yeah.
When you took the Mad off, then them other records is in the S. They in the S's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
super dope.
Just a little love, man. Just to show you, man. Just it's honor and respect. I'm gonna bust your head in a minute, though. I'm gonna show you something. You're gonna be like, what? I'm gonna bust your head in a minute.
I'm excited, man. So, so I remember I remember being in Columbus. I used to run through Columbus a while back, some years and years back. I used to what was the name of that mall? I think it was the Eaton. Was it the
Easton?
Easton.
Yeah,
Easton
that's still
Mall,
there. Wow.
Right? So I used to go to Easton Mall.
Word
and
up.
it was bro, it was I would tell you, it was a pizza that we used to get from this place, and it was some of the best pizza I ever had in my life. It's called Donato's.
Yep. Listen, man.
Is Donato's still there?
Donato's is huge in Ohio, but really Columbus, Donato's was started up in my neighborhood, man, in my hood on the south side of Columbus, man.
Wow.
Donato's is from the south side of Columbus. So when I was growing up, Donato's was like, if we said we're going to get pizza, that's what we was going to get. It wasn't, I didn't know nothing
nothing,
else.
right.
It was down the block. So that's what we went and got. And now they got franchises. They all over. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Donato's, that's what's up.
Donato's, we used to eat Donato's pizza all the time, and it was this restaurant that I used to go to. That was another spot that was super good. They used to have this banging ass food, Max and Irma's.
Yeah. We got the Max and Irma's out here. All right, so you hip to it.
Yeah, nah, man. Listen, I've been through Columbus. You
That's
know,
what's up.
yeah, I was around that area. I like the city. Super cold when it got cold.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But you know, a beautiful city nonetheless.
Good looking,
man.
man. Good looking.
So let me ask, because I said I got a couple things. So what came first for you? Was it MCing or producing?
So MCing came first, right? So I was rocking with my man DJ Buka, my man Ace, you know, from the neighborhood, man, on the south side. We did our thing, and man, we even had an opportunity to try to get a deal. You know, all of that, you know, fell through. So I really got into the producing. And so that became my thing. And so when I went to Cincinnati in 92 as a college freshman, I just kept honing the beats, making beats, doing what I do. And so by 94, I was producing for a lot of Cincinnati underground acts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Doing
so I
it
was
at the crib.
doing at the crib. So I was working with like a lot of like underground cats that some may know, some may not, like the 5Ds with Fat John, Dose One, Home Skillet, Mood. You know what I'm saying? I was working with these dudes just when we was just, you know, young, working, hustling, all that.
Right.
So that's how it went for me, man. So I really cut my teeth in Cincinnati.
Dope. Okay. Because you went to school in Cincinnati, but from
Correct.
Ohio.
But I'm from Columbus. Exactly. Yep.
Right. How far is that?
It's about an hour and a half, man. About 100 miles. It ain't far at all.
Quick ride.
Quick ride. It's nothing.
Right. So you MCing becomes first, but you know somehow, you know and I know I'm moving around a lot, but you ended up producing probably one of my favorite tracks for Black Star. You know what I'm saying? You know, for Most Def Quali, Brown Skin Lady, like
that's big.
Like man. Listen, like that's a classic. Hip hop jam. You know what? When you think about songs, like I remember writing a song called Love and Hip Hop, right?
Wow.
Before Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
Before the VH1.
Before TV.
Right?
Yeah,
so I'm at this radio station in Norfolk, and there's this guy named DJ Fonts. Shout out DJ Fonts. I'll never forget it. I'm just up there promoting something else. And he gives me a piece of paper. And he said, Skillz, like, I have this. I tried my shit. I tried my rap hand. This shit ain't gonna never work for me, bro. I'm a DJ at heart. I don't like my voice. But I have this idea, and you might be able to do something with it. I don't know, but I can't do it. So I'm gonna give it to you. And, you know, if you do something with it, you know, just give me a shout out or something. I ain't tripping. If not, it is what it is. I just know it's never gonna happen with me. So he gives me the piece of paper. It's in his wallet. Right?
Whoa.
He comes out of his wallet and he gives me this piece of paper, and it's folded up in hella pieces. So I'm still trying to open the shit as he's explaining to me, like, I'll never do nothing with it. You might, da. So I open it up and I read it, right? And I'm like, I said at the first list, I seen Yvette, right? And then I seen Renee, and then I saw Bonita. So I'm like, what is this? And he said, yo, this is every female's name that's ever been mentioned in a hip hop song.
Whoa.
Right? So I go, oh shit, okay, Bonita, Dear Yvette, okay, Renee, Lost Boys, okay, Sadie, you know what I'm saying? Used to, like all of these names, Nikki, Veronica, like he had all of them, right?
Wow, Roxanne.
So I'm like, Roxanne, everybody's in there. So I'm like, you know, maybe I'll fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But this is, you know, you did a lot of the work for me. So great. Appreciate it.
All right.
So then like one day I had an idea, and I was up at Jimmy Fallon with the Roots.
Okay.
Before it was the Tonight Show. It was late night.
Late night, yeah.
He had he came on at 12. He had the Seth Meyers slot.
Yeah.
And they wasn't sure about Jimmy yet. And Jay Leno was still on, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they got Weird Al Yankovic at Jimmy Fallon, and he has his accordion. So Questlove, being the nerd that he is, he has Weird Al Yankovic. So he starts playing accordion by Doom, right?
Oh.
So he's playing accordion by Doom, and he wants Al to play with it. So him, James, they're all playing accordion. And then after accordion, Weird Al finally gets it, and he's playing it.
Wow.
So then they mute out MF Doom's record, and they just keep jamming. So I heard it, and I told Questlove, I said, yo, you got to give me that. I need that on a CD. So he's like, all right, cool. He burns it for me on a CD. And one day I'm listening to the song, and I said, yo, this is the beat. Like, this is the song to make with the songs of the women, right?
The names, yeah.
The names. So I write a hook. I have my homeboy sing the hook.
Yeah.
And it's called Love and Hip Hop. And I spelled it just like it regularly is, like love and hip hop.
Right.
And I mentioned, and I'm on my soapbox when I make the song, because I'm like, yo, I mentioned every female that's ever been mentioned in the song. and I think I said, I'm trying to remember how it goes, but Renee, like, so then after I cut it, I started going and finding the samples to play them behind when I mentioned the girls in the song. Like, okay. Veronica. Yeah. And then I put in the Roxanne hit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing back like, yo, this is this got to be one of the greatest hip hop songs ever fucking made, right? The song's so dope. I put that shit out. Crickets. Fucking crickets, right? So in my mind, I'm like, all right, listen. You got to be 35 or better to even appreciate it.
To get it, right?
You're not going to get this if you're 21 years old. It's not going to make no sense.
Right.
But the song is called Love and Hip Hop. I still feel like it's one of the greatest records that I've ever made. But it just goes to show, like, sometimes we be like, yo, this shit going to pop.
Yep.
And
you never know.
Crickets.
You never know.
Listen, dead crickets.
I get it.
And I play it every now and then in my mixes, and then every now and then somebody will be listening and they go, like, oh, I see what you did there. So all I really ever wanted was that quick little bit of,
like,
okay, Skillz.
I got you.
That shit might have happened 2 times in my life.
Wow.
So I don't know how I got off on a soapbox about that, but I'm mad.
Hey,
and y'all better go, man. If you listen to this podcast, y'all better go listen to Love and Hip Hop by Skillz. I think I was Skillz at that point, and appreciate what the fuck I did. I was pissed, man. Yo, bro, that song, bro.
Yeah, that brown skinned lady, man.
It went right in there.
That was actually the first song we recorded, man. You know, all of that came about just from, like I said, I was producing in Cincinnati and I was meeting people. And, my man Dante from Mood introduced me to Kweli at the time, man. And I met Kweli and he was just dope, man. And he was working with High Tech, man. And it was just such a good time for hip hop because none of us was making money from hip hop. We was doing it because we loved it. This is around the time when Kweli was taking the Greyhound bus almost every couple weeks from Brooklyn to Cincinnati. Like, that's how real it was for us. And it was just, feel good times. So once, they got the thing going with Raucus and things was starting to pop a little bit, he was like, yo, send me some beats. Give me some beats. So I made a beat tape. See, that's some of the young people on here are like, what? What is he doing? Not a mixtape, a beat tape.
Beat tape, yeah.
Cassette, right? And I put, maybe 10, 15 beats on there. And the brown skin lady joint that they ended up picking was just the interlude. Because, when you're a producer, you try to be cool, do some little extra
something in the middle.
Little something in the middle. I did that and it had all them sequence changes. And that's what they later told me. That's what most was like, yo, that's what drew me to that beat. Because it dun 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 dun.
Right.
So they loved all that. And so that ended up, that mug was like 40 seconds, 45 seconds. That changed my life. Yep, changed my life. And it's crazy, man, how, you never know. It's kind of like with your Love and Hip Hop store. You never know what is gonna like pop.
What's
you never
gonna
know
be that thing?
what's that.
And I tell artists all the time, like, you can sit down and record it and make it. But
Yeah.
when you finish it, if you said, man, I know this shit gonna hit, you
Yeah.
lying. Because you
Yeah.
don't know.
No clue.
You might sat there and finish and say, I hope this one go, but you don't know if it's
No
gonna go or
clue.
not.
No.
You know what I mean? Some of
Word
the biggest songs that I've been a part of,
Yeah.
I was just like, motherfuckers might like this. I don't
Right.
know. You know what I'm saying? Then the next thing you know, it's like, oh shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's crazy, man. I always wonder how that song came about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
that's-
they were so connected to High Tech and his production. And
Yeah.
I was even on Ruckus
Yeah.
around after that time. So I think I got on Ruckus right after Reflection Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kweli started doing his thing. Pharaoh
Yeah.
had already
Pharaoh.
dropped. Simon Says had dropped. Black
Yep.
on Both Sides had dropped already. And right, I got on Raucous right around the time when Brian and Jared started fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember that.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Niggas
tell
was like,
people-
yeah, we ain't mess. We get.
I
they
tell
was
people
like,
all the
we out.
time, like, they were like,
Mhm.
it was like, I remember they was trying to get Coogee, they had signed Coogee Rap, and they was
Coogee
trying to
Rap.
get Coogee Rap to do a song with Nelly.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, nah, so much for the underground.
Yeah, they started because they had that money, man. So they started
Yeah.
reaching for all that, But you're right. But it changed the whole aesthetic. And,
Yeah.
and it just changed everything. So it was crazy. Yes, sir.
And I've never been on the label where it didn't matter or not whether it made money. You know what I'm saying? Like, Raucous had a fountain. That was that Rupert
Oh,
Murdoch.
they had
money.
that
So
Rupert
it was
Mur-
like
yeah.
it was a pet project. So it's like, oh, if it flops, don't worry about
It
it.
don't matter.
Don't
Yeah,
matter.
it was
We
like
gonna press
millions
up
of
some more.
dollars just for fun. Like they
Yeah,
was just
we're gonna press up some more.
yeah,
We'll
not a-
do some more.
not a problem. Who else you
Yeah.
want a song?
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just funny, man.
It was crazy.
How they were, man. You know what I'm
Word.
saying?
Word up.
Wild times at Raucous. But shout out to
Yeah.
all those guys.
Yeah, man.
Everybody except for Howie McDuffie, who fucking bootlegged my album after the fact.
Whoa.
But yeah.
Ooh,
And I
didn't know
found out
that.
it was him. And I haven't seen him since and shit. But I talked about him on Drink Champs, so maybe he saw that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But fuck it.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Hey, what's it?
It's the game.
It's
But
the game.
so you start off MCing,
Yeah.
you work your way into production.
Mm-hmm.
You do one of my favorite songs.
That's big.
And you somehow got into the education side of hip hop.
Indeed.
Like
Indeed.
way before me. I'm a latecomer. I just started teaching 2018.
Okay. Okay.
So
yeah, I was.
tell
in the
me
game deep.
how that happened for you. Because
Oh,
you wrote the first curriculum on hip hop to be
Hip-hop-based-
taught in colleges. So
Correct.
basically, to people, what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
he teaches people who don't know hip hop how to teach hip hop to
Right.
college students.
Exactly how to teach hip hop. We teach them how to use hip hop to like hip hop culture to teach their students, like K-12 students. So let me break it all down. So I was doing the music thing and all that, but I was a computer programmer when I graduated from Cincinnati. So that's what I was doing, but I hated it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't love it. And my cousin, she was like, yo, you should be a teacher. And I was like, man, I can't be no teacher, man. I ain't trying to deal with nobody's badass kid. I can't do that, man. That's not me. But I hated my job so much. I was like, man, I'll give it a try. Yo, Skillz, I did it and I fell in love, man. So in 2002, I started teaching.
Wow, that's the first year I did the wrap up.
Trust me.
You've been teaching for 20 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I started
Wow.
in 2002. And because, one of the most logical, because J Live was doing it, Grap Lover was doing it, Asher Rule was doing it. So all of my homies was like, yo, this is what you can do because you get your summers off, you get Christmas break, you get spring
You
break,
get benefits.
you get bennies.
And you can do this for a long time. You can
Exactly.
teach. You can teach for however long you want to teach.
Exactly. And it was good, man. So I was like, yo, this works. And then in 2006, I was like, yo, I got my master's degree. And I started realizing, because while I was doing all this, I was still touring the world DJing. and doing music and doing shows and stuff. So it was like I was doing that, and as I started realizing my students in my class was hip hop, and I was
Mhm.
like, so why don't I kind of bring that culture into my classroom? And I started using that to build relationships. And the thing about it was the other teachers in the building started to notice, like, when they got that little badass kid and they be like, yo, he's this, he's that. But they be like, oh, send him to Mr. Rawls. I can't deal with him. Send him.
Mhm.
They started sending
Mhm.
me all the bad kids. And they
Right.
come in there and they look at me like, man, how you deal with him?
How you get Tommy to straighten up?
How you get him to straighten up? And I'm like, yo, because I talked to him. We sitting here building about, you know what I'm saying? Like we talking about the baby versus, Rakim or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? We
Right,
having these
right.
conversations. And so I use hip
We
hop.
have a common ground.
There you go. And
We
so
have a
when I
common
when I
ground.
did that, these teachers, they didn't quite understand it, but we was just using youth culture, hip hop culture to build relationships with students, man. And so that's how it happened, man. And then I got my PhD in 2017, man. So, because I was noticing I was in universities and doing stuff and talking, but I didn't have that same. They was like, he's just the hip hop guy. He's just the hip hop guy. Oh, it's J Rawls the hip. I was like, nah. So now they got to call me Dr. Rawls, and I know what I'm talking about, and I do hip hop, and I know Shaquan Mad Skillz, and you see what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right.
yo, I'm a practitioner.
I'm gonna do it on both levels. I'm
There
gonna
you
be at the highest level of
Oh.
both of these crafts, so y'all gonna respect me on both
There it is.
levels,
There it
on
is.
academia
Yep.
and on my hip hop shit. That's so
Exactly.
dope, man.
And that-
see if I had thought about that, and it's always time.
You can
know
still
what I'm
do
saying,
it. You still
to
do it.
get a degree,
Yep.
because I almost didn't get my job at the school
Mm.
because I didn't have a degree.
Got it.
Because
Got it.
it was a few people, you know what I'm saying, at the school that were kind of pushing back, like, oh,
Of course.
well, he doesn't have a
Of course.
degree, and the
That's
guy
what happened to me.
the
That's what
guy
happened to
who
me at
I work
first.
with, he was pushing so hard for me, and I remember him telling the dean, and this is probably what of course the letters of recommendation got over. I got letters from Will Smith and
Nice.
Questlove and you know what I'm saying, not Chuck
Wow.
D, you know what I'm saying, Ninth
Wow.
Wonder.
Big
So
boy
that
stuff.
helped.
Yeah.
But I remember him telling the dean, he was like, he said, well, yo, let me ask you a question. She was like, what? He said, if I told you Brad Pitt wanted to teach a drama class here, would you let him? And she was like, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's Brad Pitt. And he said, this guy is the Brad Pitt of Virginia hip hop.
There you go.
And she was like, huh? He said, he's Brad Pitt
Right.
in Virginia hip hop.
Right.
And
And
that's how it went over.
And that's it. And that's the thing. And that's what I be talking about. Because they don't understand that, man. Higher ed, they're not ready for this. So we got to keep pushing down doors, man. But that's what hip hop do anyway, right?
Right.
We break down doors. So it don't matter to me. I get told no all the time, but I still keep pushing. And here I am. So now I'm at Ohio University and I'm writing the first ever hip hop based education program in a college of education. And that's the thing that's important because it's the first. It's the only one that exists. So what we do is teach teachers how to use hip hop culture and education to actually teach their students.
Mm.
Yeah,
that's dope. I'm not mad at that.
Indeed.
Like it's such a thing that because in my class we teach it from a cultural aspect and a political aspect. You know what I mean? So it's the most popular class on campus.
Yep.
The turnover rate is amazing.
I already
You
know.
know what I mean? We have all kinds of exercises. Kids come in sometimes thinking it's going to be an easy A. Like, oh, I'm going to come in here. We're going to talk about Drake and we're going to talk about Kendrick and I'm going to get an A. Like, absolutely not.
No, sir.
You're going to do papers. You're going to do work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So for that, I enjoy the aspect of teaching because I could talk hip hop all day with anyone.
Right, of course.
So, but teaching it,
yeah.
What my Achilles heel was in the beginning was I've had so many conversations surrounding hip hop. I rarely ever talk to anybody that just has no clue.
Yeah, got it.
You know what I mean? So I had to start at a ground level. Like now, if I sit down and I start talking to you, or I start talking to anybody, I'm like, man, listen, to me, the game changed after NWA. Like NWA is probably the greatest, West Coast gangster rap group ever.
Yeah.
So I've never had somebody go,
Who's in
Well,
WA?
who's in WA? Fuck you mean?
You like what?
I've never had somebody go, well, okay, Run DMC. Who's that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, when you say like turntablism, Professor Lewis, like what does
do you
that
mean?
mean? Who
Yeah.
are you? And I'm like,
Yeah.
so we had to start from the beginning, and we had to start because I know it'd be some people in the class like I know who that is.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Professor. I know who Bam, Herc, and Flash is. Like, why we do? But I'm like, somebody in here don't.
Exactly.
So we got to start from there.
Yeah, and we start from the Cross Bronx Expressway. Like we start from the Bronx in the 60s. Like, you know, and you got to bring it up, man, just to let them know that hip hop. Because I've had students ask me, well, didn't hip hop start with Biggie and Tupac? And I'll be like,
Bro, the first day of class, we go around the room. What's your name?
Yeah.
What are you majoring in?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you take this class?
Mm.
And what was your first entry into hip hop? I had to do this semester, be like, yeah, you know, I'm majoring in this. My name is so and so. I'm from Richmond. My entry into hip hop was, I bought Eminem. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm like, nigga, so you don't know who Dr. Dre is before Eminem?
Right.
You don't know
so much.
So I'm like, so that gives me a gauge of
that's smart.
how we're gonna move and who I need to really. Okay,
Nice.
you need to pull up. Okay, I need you to watch Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix. You watch all the first season.
Yeah.
You got to eat that whole thing.
You need all of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Get all that.
So that gives me and my partner Eric a gauge on how we're gonna teach and how we're gonna move. Even though we know we got to start at the top, we just need to know how we're gonna move.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man, that you've been teaching since 2002.
Yeah, man. This is what I do, man. I'm loving it. And let me share this with you, man. I wrote my first book with my brother John Robinson, man.
Oh wow, Culture Power. That's dope. I need to get that, bro. You see,
man.
I'm listen. I'm on my book game. You see, I need that.
After this, I'll get you information. I'll get you right, man. But that's what this is about. It's about our theories, man, and our thoughts about using youth culture to help teach these kids, man. You can't discredit what they're doing, and that's what a lot of teachers do, man.
Right. Question side, just because I pay a lot of attention
Word.
to shit. The records, are those Beat Junkies? Those look like Beat Junkie records.
Beat Junkies was my brothers, man. Listen, I'm doing an album with Rhapmatic right now.
One of my best friends.
Yeah, man.
Taught me so much when it came down to DJing. Such a nice guy. Shout to Rhapmatic and the whole Beat Junkies crew, man.
Beat Junkies is fan, man. That's man. I can't say enough good things about them. Mello, Jay, Babs, all I love them all, man.
Yeah, Chalk, the whole crew, man.
Whole crew, man.
Love those dudes, man. So listen, earlier, before we get into your confession, when we first started talking, you said, you was like, when I spoke on the records in the background, you was like, nah, I'm a bust your head. I got some. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'm ready. Like,
you ready for the head busting? You ready?
I'm ready. Listen, I'm a little scrappy. Let's get it.
What's that?
Wow. Okay. First of all, I can see that's 804 flavor. So if that's 804 flavor, that's
what it is.
That's either Danger Mouth or Supafriendz 12 inch.
This the Supafriendz 12 inch with Question. This was okay. Let me break it down for you. See, you gonna think I'm gassing you up, but I'm telling you, man, like things happen for a reason, man. When BJ and them hit me up, man, I was like, y'all gotta be bugging. Nah, Shaquan, this dude, you are one of my favorites. And let me tell you why. This record right here, B, I bought this and when it came out in 96, this is my introduction. This is my first independent record. Now, think about what I'm saying. In 96, you got Puffy, you got, you know what I'm saying? You got the shiny suits, Loud you got all this. All of that is going on. And I see this record and I'm like, yo, this ain't on no major. What is this? Like, I'm so used to
flavor. That was us and our high school band teacher.
Wow, are you serious?
Mr. McGee, Bill McGee, when you read Bill McGee's name, that's our high. And you know what's so crazy? It's his birthday today. Danger Mouth just gave him a birthday shout out on IG, and I hit Bill like, yo, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's big. But this record right here, your record, man, that was my first independent label record brought. And to be honest with you, when I saw it, I was like, yo, how did they do this? And I was like, oh man, I wish I could do this one day. That would be dope to be able to put out a record. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I was like, I ain't gonna never be able to do that, man. I don't know how they did. Them dudes, man, it's VA. They must be rich or something. They got connects.
Hell no. Boy,
I was like, they got
hell
connects.
no.
They got connects. But that inspiration right there, man, that helped me, you know what I'm saying? Like, realize that, yo, this is possible, man. Like I don't have to be signed to the big labels to put something out, man. So, you know, everything that I've released, man, that's the genesis, man. So I just wanted to say
Are
peace,
you serious?
man. Indeed, man. Real talk.
That's so crazy to me, bro.
It's crazy how stuff happens. This is the first independent record that I ever purchased with my own cash. How about that?
Wow.
Indeed.
Now let me give you the backstory on how
Please
that
do.
record got made.
Please do.
Yeah, okay. So I get on. I get the album. You know, I get the deal. Big Beat Atlantic. I
Yep.
make From Where. I got my crew on there.
Yep.
First they keep pushing my shit back, pushing my shit. My album was done for like a whole year.
Wow.
Finally, I come out on February 13th. Same day as the Fugees and All Eyes on Me.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we got to the second video, you know, like you said, it's Shiny Sue era, it's Jiggy era. Biggie is popping, Puff is popping. So Biggie got a label. They signed Junior Mafia. They let me and the Artifacts go. I go back to VA, go back to work. Like, damn. Like, it happened so fast. I'm like, I failed. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I go back to work, and my video is still in rotation on BET, Rap City, all that shit.
You punching the clock.
I'm working at a parking deck.
Wow.
People are seeing my video at 4 o'clock and then seeing me sitting in a parking deck at 4:45.
That's real.
When they leave the class, right? So I'm telling my crew, you know, because we thought we was like a little baby Wu-Tang, because we Steel Sharp and Steel, so we wanted a bunch of niggas. I'm telling my crew, man, this record deal shit ain't all that it's cracked up to be. Like they gonna take your money, they gonna make you feel like you owe them, they ain't gonna promote your shit, like da-da-da-da-da. So they know how I feel. In the city, I might not have been let it know how I feel, but to my close friends, I'm like, I failed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they like, nah, man, fuck it. So we started talking to my our old band teacher at John F. Kennedy. He was like, man, listen, we can put a record out. Like, that ain't nothing. Y'all just pool y'all money together, go to the studio, keep making records, and we can put something out. You know what I mean? We all like, now mind you, we know that we could get played on Stretch and Bobbito.
Yeah.
Because Stretch Armstrong plays records.
Yeah.
Now if the shit is super, super dope, he might play a cassette, he might play a DAT, but when he's DJing, most DJs gonna play records. We start recording songs.
Yeah.
Start recording songs on ADATs. We was recording on ADATs. Right? On super VHS tapes.
Yep. We did it.
Lonnie B comes up with the beat for Vowel Movement. And we had the idea to put the tribe shit to A, E. Just, and Danger being the creative one, because he had questions. Danger was the most creative person in the crew. Wow. Danger always had the illest concept. So he like, yo, like, I can't remember who exactly was like, everybody should take a letter. And I'm like, all right, give me E, because that's the easy shit. You know what I'm saying? Lonnie had O. Kalanji had U, which was the hardest, but Kalanji was the illest out of the crew. One of the illest out of the crew when it came to that he was in like a Keith Murray level of like rapping about other shit. And then Twine, Speed is Twine. So we did the song, and everybody's like, yo, this shit could be something. Right? I think we got a good song here. So what we did when we would pool our money, you had to pay dues. Like, it was like a club. Like, so every week, somebody had to put in $40 from everybody, and it either paid for studio time, and then it paid for records, and then it paid for postage. So for, $40 a week, and, we all believe in this. We recording for free. We got free equipment. It's like, yo, we got to mail this record to Stretch Armstrong. We got to mail this record to the Baker Boys. We got to mail this record to Sway and Tech. So that's how the record got made, and we all would pay dues, $40, $50 a week, and give it to Bill McGee.
Right.
And Bill McGee would say, all right, this is how much money y'all came up with, $750. We gonna send out 40 records.
Wow. Come
And,
on.
and he was very detailed. Well, okay, this was all of the postage. We spent $500 in postage, but they got your record. And, you know, we would follow up like however we could on the Motorola two-way or whatever.
Right.
Like, yo, Stretch Armstrong, this is Supafriendz. We sent that record.
You like it? What's up?
And that's how that record got made. I don't even remember how many we pressed up.
Well, guess what? I got one. I'm good. I got me one.
That's so crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Indeed. Word up.
Wow. I gotta tell Lonnie and Danger and just the crew about, like, yo, J Rawls, man, said this is the first hip hop record that he ever purchased independently with his own money.
Yeah, that's my first record that I bought that wasn't like, you know, Loud Records or whatever. Because I was like, what is it? It was cool. And then got it home.
Did you listen to it? Or?
Not before. No, I bought it. Because
it
said D. Lewis on it. I know who Shaquan is. It said D. Lewis. I was like, oh, let me see what's up. So I took it, I got it, took it home, and was like, this is crazy. So yeah, real talk. It's real.
Yo, that's so crazy. When you said it said D. Lewis, I bought it.
Yeah.
That's so funny to me because I was just talking to somebody about how we was talking about how it's no way to read credits no more. Like we used to get excited to open up the CD booklet and see.
That was part of the fun.
That was part of the fun. So we don't get that in music now, but that's how I memorized rappers' real names.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I would be like, they would be like, oh, you know, Antonio Hardy. I'm like, oh, that's Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, that's
Kane. You know
Kane.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, William Griffin. Like,
that's
Rakim.
It's the guy.
Oh, so you know him too?
Come on, son. That's a
you know
hip-hop
what?
thing. That's what we do.
Okay, cool. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to throw you a name.
Let me see if you can. Okay.
And then if you get it right, you throw me back a name.
I tried. Well, let's see now. I put myself on the spot.
You know what? Let's start easy though. We're gonna start easy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it real.
See if I can.
Okay. All right.
Word.
Nasir Jones.
Nas. Okay. We know that's the guy.
All right. It's on you.
Oh man. John Owens. Ooh. Did I start too tough?
Damn, Rawls out the gate.
Did I start too tough?
God damn.
I'm just thinking of dudes because I've been listening to them, man.
Damn, can I get another one? God damn. I gave you.
You was too hard.
No, you were supposed to say Sean Carter. Like, yo, you hit me. Come on, Rawls.
All right, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna give you an easy one. I'm gonna give you.
Damn.
Jeff Towns.
Okay, Jazzy Jeff.
All right. Now go ahead, hit me with one. I know you got one that's gonna stump me. It's gonna stump me.
Clifford Smith.
Method Man.
Okay. It's on you.
Let me see. Where can we go? Dante Smith.
Mos Def.
Indeed.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Sandy Denton.
Sandra D. Pep.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Let's see here. Let me think. Who we got? Oh man. See, I need to look at my records. Let me think.
Nah.
I can't think of any. You got me.
Okay.
You got me.
I got another one for you. Now, because I want to keep doing this.
Give me a hard one.
Keith Elam.
Oh, that's Guru. Rest in.
Okay. Rest in peace.
Indeed.
All right. Okay.
Man, let me ask you the John Owens and tell me if you could figure that out. Come on, think about it. Let me say, can I give you a hint?
Yes.
Hieroglyphics.
It ain't A+.
Nope.
Casual.
You got it.
Okay,
Casual. Yes,
John
sir.
Owens. All right.
Yes,
One
sir.
of the best 2-bar intros I've ever heard in my life is from that nigga. When that nigga said, I write raps, and when niggas bite, I clap. Because they shit sound better now. I was like,
that was it.
Okay.
I was like, and that's why he stays on my dome, because he's one of the best. Like that lyric right there alone is like, what made you think of that? Like,
right. John Owens, Casual. Okay.
Casual.
Are you ready?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. Let's see here. Clifford Harris.
Ooh, I know that name. I think you got me.
Damn, you don't know who Clifford Harris is?
Clifford Harris.
Mm.
I think you got me.
That's T.I.
Oh, it sure is. I knew that too. So
I got plenty.
So I see.
I'm loading up.
Man, you got too many, man. I think I'm about to have to go ahead and bow down. I'm a think. Let's see, Calvin Broadus.
That's Snoop Dogg.
Indeed.
Malik Taylor.
Oh, Malik B. No, Fife. That's Fife. Fife dog. I'm bugging.
Okay.
Right behind you.
Slipped up though.
I did. I was like, hold on, that's Malik B. Nah.
Okay,
he said B. He said
you.
Taylor.
Okay.
Dang. I had one. That was good when you hit with the saying.
Listen, I do this.
I see you do this a lot more than I do.
Yeah, because when you say, "Yo, I did it too," I'm like, "All right, let's see how you go."
I did it, but man.
Okay, I got one for you.
Give me another one.
Duval Clear.
Yeah, I know that name too. Hold up, Duval Clear. I know the name. Clear. Oh, that's Master Ace.
Woo!
That's my brother. I had to think about it.
That boy moving.
That's my brother, man. Yeah, I did records with him, man. He probably would put me in a headlock or something, man.
Okay. All right.
Oh man. Jean Justice Cadet. Might be tough.
You got
J Live.
Oh, I should have known that.
J Live, yep.
I should have known that. Okay, Tariq Trotter.
Yeah. Black Thought. Amir Thompson. Keep it easy.
Questlove.
Indeed.
Okay.
Got me thinking, man.
Yeah. Nathaniel Wilson.
So, okay, I know Nathaniel, but I'm thinking of Aloe Black. That ain't Aloe. Who is that?
Nathaniel Wilson. That's Cool G Rap.
Get out of here. Yo, I don't think I ever knew that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that. Wow.
Chris Bridges.
I know that too. That's Luda.
That's
Ludacris.
Yeah.
And you win at this, man. You know this stuff.
Listen, I don't play no games when it comes to this shit, man.
I see. I love that.
And I'm competitive as fuck. So
trust me, I listen to the wrap-ups.
That's a whole podcast in itself. I'm competitive.
It really is.
With the petty inside competitive. You know what I mean? So listen, man, this is HipHopConfessions.
Indeed.
This is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So J Rawls.
That's me.
I need your hip hop confession.
Man, I might have a couple of them, man.
Okay.
I can do that? You okay with that?
Listen, let's rock out.
I told y'all that I was in Cincinnati in the early mid 90s, right? And so my man Dante from Mood, Main Flow from Mood, they introduced me to this little young boy. It's a producer. They was like, yo, this kid, he's all that. He's everything. And so I go and meet this kid, and they call him Lil T. And Lil T is making beats like he's a pro. Like he been doing this forever.
And you in college.
I'm in college. I'm a grown man in college.
Going to school.
So I meet Lil T in Cincinnati. Lil T is only 16. Making beats with the swing and the drums and this and that. And, Lil T would later be known by the name of High Tech, right?
Wow.
But Lil T was a prodigy. Let me tell you what I watched this young boy do. I watched him take a snare, mess with it, filter it, cut it down, change it. I watched him turn it into a hi-hat. That's where I learned how to do that from. Don't tell nobody. That's one of my confessions.
So wait. So you were in college.
I'm in college.
Grown man.
I'm a grown ass man. Yeah,
and
man.
you meet a guy that's 16.
Yeah, man.
That's making beats.
Yeah.
And
better than me.
At 16 years old,
he
was taking snares and cutting them into hi-hats.
He was turning them into hi-hats.
And he taught you how to do it.
Oh, I learned so much from him.
Wow.
Listen, Yo, High Tech, when when they say he's one of the best, that's not a joke. That's not a somebody just said. No, that's the truth. And I
Right.
witnessed it. Like that dude was doing that when he was a kid, man. So imagine, the stuff he doing today, all the Snoop and the Game and the Dre. That's why he's doing that.
I remember when he did Crew Deep for
Yep.
me.
Yep.
When High Tech did Crew Deep, he played the beat for me, and I never heard nobody slow down the beginning of Rapper's Delight. So it was like the shakers of Rapper's
Yep.
Delight was slower.
Yep.
And then I knew it was Rapper's Delight, and then I hear boom,
Yep.
doom, and I'm just like, but you so used to hearing it fast, boom, boom,
Yep.
and I'm like, yo, he's slow rappers. I'm like, yo, I want the beginning. I want to rap over the beginning.
Killed
it. Yo, crazy.
Yes,
And he put the
sir.
swing on it, so it was like behind the reggae, behind the beat
Yep.
a little, but still on.
Yep. And he was doing that in 95, 96, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like that little swing, that little, cause let's keep it real. You was one of the first ones to bring Dilla out, right?
Me and Farside,
Yeah, really. And Keith Murray too. On
Yeah.
that Enigma album. So it was like these dudes was doing beats differently, and High Tech was one of them ones. He was doing beats. He was seeing it different. He was hearing it different. And that's just respect. So that's one of my confessions, man.
Wow.
And-
High Tech taught you how to make beats, and you was a grown man.
Yeah, man. High
And he
Tech
was
showed me some
16.
skills. He showed a lot of skill. But it wasn't just me. It was a bunch of us in
Right.
Cincinnati, learning some of High Tech, man. But it was a crew thing, man. We all helped each other. Iron sharper iron, steel sharper steel. We was working together, man. But he was crazy, man.
Yeah, no,
Crazy.
still is crazy. You know
Still
what I mean?
is. Still
Still
is.
is one of the best that ever did it.
Definitely, man. And then I got to share this with you, man, because I told you I'm not gassing you up. I'm telling you the truth, man. Like, Shaquan, man. First of all, that was one of the hardest names ever, man. You don't remember that Stretch and Bob freestyle, right? I know you don't remember, but that right there,
I remember it.
Shane, I know you do, but I'm talking about the people. If y'all don't know, y'all need to go Google that now. Get on YouTube because it's there. Man, that was so dope to me, right? And so I'm an alpha, man, Alpha Phi Alpha. And so when I was online, we was pledging, man, and I mean pledging, like for real, pledging and all that stuff, right? And so with the bros, if you could do a couple things, if you could make them laugh, if you could show them that you knew the history, or if you could wow them, then you was good. You wasn't getting wrecked that night. You wasn't. They leave you alone. You good. And so they was like, "Yo, y'all's pro show is coming up. Y'all need to do something fresh." They're like, "J Rawls, don't you rap?" And niggas was looking at me. I'm like, and they was like, "Yeah, you rap this and that." And so they was like, "Rap," and they said, y'all need to do it for the pro show, but you need to rap. So I ended up using this for the pro show, but I didn't have time to write no new lyrics or do nothing like that. So I had to be smart with it. So I was like, yo, pass the mic and watch J Rawls rip through it. I'm running through Kappas just like embalming fluid. Oh yeah, you knew it, so hang on to what I say or act like a Sigma and give your fucking style away. I slid a mic, niggas better get it right, cause I meant to take a life and fold a nigga like a pocket knife. The opposite of mad fake is mad real. Fuck them Omegas, who's the last of the Mad Skillz? And niggas was like, ah! Hey, I was that dude, but nobody knew where I got them lyrics from. I was like, I ain't had time to write, yo. I had to borrow from my mans and them Shaquan. So Shaquan, I want to thank you, man. I crossed in 95, so it's been a whole bunch of years, but thank you, brother.
It was around that time that record was out, yeah.
You got me through, man. Good looking. You saved us from getting wrecked. You saved us from getting wrecked.
That's crazy,
it's one of my favorite verses, man. Oh my doom, dong, dong, da doom, dong, dang. What?
Yeah.
What was you on, man? I've always wanted to ask you, like, yo.
All right, so I'll tell you the story
please
behind
do,
that.
That right there,
I heard, when I heard KRS-One do hip-hop versus rap, KRS-One had did that on a song, but he did older stuff.
Got it.
And he was saying, take the train, and all of that. And it was and he was like, you know, he said, this DJ, he gets down mixing records while they go round and round, round we go 2 years ago. Super ho. Like, so he was doing it with his stuff and older stuff before him.
That's where you got that.
So in my mind, I hear it, and this is before niggas knew it had an acapella to it because he had a beat running under it, and it was a dope beat. And I remember the song. He was like, "I'm gonna do a new style," and they was doing the echoes and all that shit. And I was like, "Yo, somebody should do that with like the songs today. Like all this shit is popping today." And me and my homeboy Lil Rock, I remember I let Lil Rock hear my verse, and he wrote one too, and he ended up doing it at the station. But we were all like, just saying like, we're gonna take everything now.
Wow.
So when I linked with Q-Tip and Stretch and Bobbito was the show to go to at the time.
Yes, it was.
But Stretch and Bobbito wouldn't let me up there unless I brought Q-Tip.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, man, like they said I gotta bring you, bro. Like, can you go with me up here? And he was like, man, listen, I already know what they trying to do. They're gonna try to get me up there to rhyme and this and the third. Like, but yo, I'm gonna come with you. But when they throw it to me, I'm gonna throw it to you.
Got it.
I might freestyle a little bit, 8 bars, 12 bars. I'm going to throw that shit to you and say that shit you said with all of the joints. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, bet. So if you listen to the original, because right before, me and Q-Tip go back and forth for a hot second over the artifacts.
Yep.
And then Stretch changed the beat. And then I snapped.
Murdered it.
And Tip let me go, and then because you could still hear Bobbito with the ad-libs, like, what?
Yep.
Woo-wee! Like, all, because Bob is like, yo, I don't know whose son is, but he's killing it. Right? Yep. Stretch is bringing the record back, and Tip is just watching me like, yeah. So, nigga, the next day, I'm the equivalent of viral.
Yeah.
The next day. Yeah. The next day, everybody's like, who is Mad Skillz? Who is this kid Mad Skillz that Q-Tip got?
You gotta be kidding me. So that's really like how you got out there like that?
Q-Tip. I got discovered by Q-Tip.
Did not know that.
So
all I knew is that verse. Wow.
And I remember I did it in October, right? I want to say it was done in October in the fall. The next year comes around and it's Rock Steady in the Park, right? And the record, we paid 45 King for his beat, but we really didn't just rap over the beat, but we paid him for that master production, that master recording.
Okay.
Put the freestyle, Stretch had it on that. My A&R Reef in thinking mind says, yo, niggas already fucking with this shit. We gonna put this on the promo for the Nine Factor. So everybody will be like, oh, it's that kid.
Got it.
October, I do it. We put the Nine Factor out. It's got the promo on it. The following year is Rock Steady in the Park. Whew. I get booked for Rock Steady in the Park. We didn't got the beat from, we got the record from 45 King. So we got it pressed up a couple test presses so it's louder because it was on a joint with a whole bunch of other beats.
Right.
We got it so it was louder. My DJ starts playing it. Soon as I start, yo, pass the mic and watch Shaquan rip through it. I'm running through rappers, and the crowd goes just like embalming fluid. I go,
uh-oh. He was like, what?
Oh, yeah, you knew it, so hang on to what I say. Or act like a surrogate. Give your fucking style away. I was like, oh, hey, DJ, run that shit back. Run that shit back.
Run it back.
New York, what's up, New York? You couldn't tell me I wasn't Jay-Z, nigga. New York, what's up, New York? I'm Biggie Smalls up this bitch now. Y'all know my shit. Like, hey, DJ, drop that shit. Dropped it again. And what's so crazy is if you look at the Stretch and Bobbito documentary called Radio That Changed Lives.
Yep.
They put out a documentary. They had my part in there, but then Jay-Z called. They had Rock Nation call and say, yeah, Jay-Z will do the interview. So they had to trim some fat to get Jay-Z in. And that's when they played Jay-Z his Big L shit. And they gave Jay-Z the Walkman. And Jay-Z sitting there with the Walkman like, damn, like y'all, damn, this is hot. Y'all came up here with the tape. Y'all got it on tape. So they had to trim some fat. So Bobbito told me and OC, our parts kind of got pulled out. But if you look at the documentary, somebody got video footage of it. It's a quick little clip because I got a raincoat. I got a loud, I think I got a Helly Hansen loud jacket on.
Of course.
It's in there. It's in the movie. And I hit Bobbito like, yo, who the fuck got that clip, bro?
Right.
Like he was like, oh, Skillz, I gotta lock in with my editor. Somebody gave us like a snippet. He said, but it's not a long clip.
Right.
You might be thinking it's the whole joint. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He said it's not the whole thing. It's just a snippet. And I was like, man, I don't give a fuck. Like, nigga, I want that shit.
Right.
So he was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna link you. But that's how that happened, bro.
That's so classic to me. You got to understand how big that was for me. And, you know, out in Cincinnati, man, not a lot of niggas really knew because they was on the shiny suit. So they wasn't really digging what was on Stretch and Bob. But I was. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that, man. And I knew that verse all day, man.
I used to listen to Stretch and Bob, man. I used to have people record it. Because, you know, that shit came on at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
To 5 a.m. on a fucking Thursday night. But it's like, I used to have my 90-minute cassettes ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if I was in the studio or something and I was working, I would cut the radio down. I would have like a little box and just cut it down, hit record and just listen to it later. You know what I'm saying? When I saw it stopped, flip it over real quick. Put it in the jar, like, because you never know what you was gonna miss.
Exactly.
It's still records.
I was getting them secondhand from cats, like just coming from New York or whatever. So I was just getting them as I could. Like, yo, you got some new Stretch and Bob? Like, I need that.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was a guy who, I don't even know if it was Stretch. It might have been Stretch. But it was somebody that was ripping them and putting them all online. He had a blog. This was when blogs were.
Yeah.
Right in between websites and message boards and then social media, it was blogs. It was a guy that was putting them all on blogs, putting them up on a blog, dated with what songs was played, who was the guest. He was so organized with it. And then I got it saved. I got his blog address saved on one of my computers, but of course the URLs is non-existent now.
Got it.
But yeah, and I think it was Stretch. And Stretch is like, yo, it just takes too long to digitize all that shit. Like,
I can imagine.
Like if you ask me, he could get an intern. Right. If you ask me, yo, where's the show with OC and Large, I could get it for you. Yeah. And I think when they did the movie, I believe they did get a lot more stuff digitized and shit and saved and backed up. But yeah, man, Stretch and Bobbito, that was the moment, man, that everything changed for me.
Yeah, man. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You changed things for me too, man. You helped me out, man. Good looking.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man. That's so dope, bro.
Yeah, that's your confession, bro. You got a couple out of it.
And it's directly related to me, so I'll take it. That's
all day, dope. Man. All day.
You know what I'm saying? That's dope.
All day. And it's fun. That's when they said that, man. I was like, oh man, I got the greatest story because I never told anybody that, man. Don't my line brothers don't know.
Right.
Don't nobody know.
Yeah, nobody would know that. And it's only a few people that would know the significance now. Like, oh shit, Rawl spit that shit and we went for it. That was somebody else shit. You know what I'm saying? But yo, the bro got over like he a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And in the moment, listen, you did what you had to do.
I had to do it because I didn't have time to write anything. I didn't have time because it was like you was pledging, and then you had to get up in the morning, go to class, and I had to go to work. You know, I didn't have time to do that, man. But I already knew Pastor Mike and Rashaquan ripped through it. So I was like, I got you.
Oh man, I never really heard it spit into a battle rhyme about fraternities, but that was kind of dope. Right. I take my hat off to you, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. So listen, you know, as far as like upcoming, because I still probably off air, you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to link with you and just as educators and just talk about this curriculum and you know some things that you've done, some things that I do, and I can take some pointers because like I said, I'm new to this teaching thing.
I got you.
And you've been doing it for 20 years, so
yeah.
And you've been teaching at a level that I wasn't teaching at. Like these are adults. I'm with adults. You was with kids and shit.
Yeah, I did kids for 17 years, man.
Wow, that's crazy. So I definitely want to pick your brain about that. But I know you have you got an upcoming album.
Yes, sir.
That's dropping on March 25th.
March 25th. It's an
called
instrumental album. It's
Jazzhop. Tell us about
jazzhop.
that.
Yo, man. So here's the thing, man. Like, we reminiscing about all these times. A lot of people, they like those early J Rawls beats. You know what I'm saying? The jazzy feel, those kind of brown skin lady feel beats. So I've been asked by a lot of people, yo, I want to hear more of that. I want to hear. So I did an album dedicated to that. So that album drops on March 25th. It's going to be on vinyl. It's going to be, digital everywhere. But I'm excited about it, man. It feels good because it's really, it's the essence. It's me.
Mhm.
That's kind of my steez. So I think people will enjoy it, man. It's called Jazz Hop. Yep. Actually #Jazz Hop.
Okay. Yeah.
Word,
That's
man.
dope, man. I'm looking forward to hearing that, man. Like I said, Brown Skin Lady, one of my
Yeah.
favorite joints ever. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? You definitely marked down in the hip hop history books for that one.
That's
And
what's up.
we appreciate you, man. And that's just one of those things. Your hip hop confession is funny. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's real
J
funny.
Rawls as a grown man got taught how to make beats by a 16-year-old high tech.
Yeah. But at least he's a prodigy.
He's a prodigy, yeah.
At least he's a prodigy. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not like you got taught to make beats by MC Hammer when
Yeah, it wasn't
little
Joe
or some
Schmo.
shit.
Yeah, it wasn't Hammer.
Yeah, it
Nah.
wasn't DJ Joe Smo,
Right.
and you also used the first verse of the Nod Factor to keep the brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha off you when
Off
you was
my-
pledging.
Yes, sir.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Had to do it.
Nah, man, listen, bro. I appreciate you for pulling up, man.
Word.
I definitely enjoy the stories and your energy, man. I can't believe it has taken this long for
Word.
us to even connect when we have some of the same friends in common.
Word.
Kweli and
Yeah,
High
man.
Tech and most
Yeah.
of all Redmatic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Who connects everybody, man.
Everybody.
So, I appreciate you pulling up, man. This was dope, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Got to
it,
do
man.
it again sometime.
Definitely. Hey, no doubt.
Well, listen, man. Before we get out of here, let everybody know where they can catch you, on social media and all that, and what you got going on online.
Word, man. Good looking, man. Yo, my Instagram and Twitter are at JRawls82. So definitely follow me, man, so you can see what's going on, see what we're doing, see what's going on with the hip hop education thing. My education Instagram and Twitter is at itsjrycp. So check that out as well. And then I'm on Twitch every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm on Twitch and I got a DJ show. And I rock, man. I have fun. Hang out with some of my homies, you know what I'm saying? Like Redmatic, of course, DJ Center, doing big stuff, man, having fun, man. So definitely check me out. I appreciate Shaquan. Woo! I love that name, man. That's so
I never
Yo,
really
man.
knew that it was anything special about it.
It's dope. It's just how it rolls off the tongue. Maybe just how it rolled off your tongue and that, yo. But I'm telling you, man, I appreciate it. And I appreciate this opportunity, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, nah, man, for sure. I'm definitely gonna check you out on Twitch. I do a brunch, a '90s girl brunch on Twitch that you gotta pull up to.
Word.
It would probably be great to have a guy in there because it's mostly all women. You know what I mean? So they would love to have another male in there. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And it's a lot of, 90s R&B. It's a lot of Mary J. Blige and Faith
Word.
and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But it's a good time, man. It's a '90s girl
Word.
brunch. You'll enjoy it.
All right.
For sure.
Word.
For sure. Well, listen, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. One time for the homie J Rawls.
Yeah,
Y'all already
what
know
up?
what it is, man. We appreciate y'all checking us out and listening. We're going to roll up out of here. And this is Mad Skillz for HipHopConfessions, because everybody got one.
Here's a little story that must be told.
And it goes a little something like this.